beyond the limit.
Celebration and Homecoming Summit 2019 put together by the Diaspora Relations and the Ministry of Diaspora Relations, if I'm getting that right, the Office of the Presidency. And also we'll be talking to Joyce Zempare. She is a Deputy Communications Director for the NPP. I'll also bring you the newspapers and the happenings in and around town. About quarter to the end of the show, I will allow you to come through with your phone-ins. And so just get on YouTube and search Net2 TV. Join us, and then we'll be live on with you. Leave your comments on our YouTube and Facebook page, and we will read them out to you. Just enter the studios. The British trained, on time, very elegant and nice-looking director. I'll be talking to him shortly. But let me quickly bring you the newspaper headlines, and then we'll come back into our interviews. Remember, leave your comments, questions on our YouTube live chat, and then make sure you add your name and where you're writing from. I'll read them out to you. We're taking off with the New Crusading Guide, and it's saying, justice for sale to highest bidder in law courts. That sounds like something some people can relate to. Plot to pit Asokore chief against DCE hatched, and then Minister of State caught on tape. Yeah, I heard that over the weekend. Yeah. Well, fuel trade descends on Imani over false claim, and then Confucian rocks replayed, well, over cash and properties. Group advocate for dual citizenship to hold political position in Ghana. And I know it's funny how we have one of the core people, officers behind this here. So we'll talk about that also shortly, just briefly. People holding dual citizenship. That doesn't deny or deprive them of their ability to help promote or develop Ghana. The Chronicle is saying EPA wants law on illegal mining tightened to fight climate change. Yes, that's sure right. And then GRA partners NLA to boost revenue mobilization. Workers threaten May Day demo. Hasn't it been like normal for workers over a certain number of years to always have a demo on a May Day? It's like their day, and they choose to have demo on that day. Yes, Korean was attacked at Golden Tulip Embassy, affirmed. Well, so sad. We didn't expect some of that to happen. And on the front page of the Daily Statesman, we haven't won the Galamsey War, but we are getting there. All the best. Iran is still under fire over fabricated falsehood about Eka Energy oil contracts. Energy Minister John Amewu accuses the think tank for peddling false information. NPP mounts CK Tendam, Council of Elders Chairman, steered party through rough times. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Well, I hope people like that wrote books that some of us can read and learn from some of the things they did, how they went through it. Ghanaian Times, Professor Yanka rallies support for reconciliation of University College of Education, Winneba. And then Boku MCE bears teeth at FGM perpetrators. NLA-GRA partners to mobilize revenue for states. And then UDS sets up 2 varsities at Wa Navurungu. Navurungu. I have a brother-in-law who's from Navurungu. Good morning to all my fans in Navurungu. I've been there once and that's it. Daily Guide, NPP NDC Vigilante talks today. And then we have pictures of Freddie Blay and Samuel Foswampo. Funny enough, all of them are smiling and are in glasses. That's all I can see. Massive shakeup at EC, and you would love to know what the shakeup is about. I think it's mainly borders on the IT department and then also the communications department. So, Mahama vows to bring back Galamsey Queen. Guess who? Aisha won. Nana dines with Otumfo and the GRA NLA signs MOU. It was a beautiful cultural display in Kumasi over the weekend. I really loved it. The fact that they're urging governments to tie in everyone to national development. Daily Graphic, Fidelity Bank assets ambitious target. Fidelity Bank sets ambitious target. Move to be among top banks in 2021. Good luck. And then Securities and Exchange Commission's bites revoke license of 5 companies, stop them from fund management activities. And it would interest you to know some of the names that popped up in this 5-company list. I can bring you a few. We have the Georgetown Capital Partners Limited, Equity Capital Limited, Index Analytic Limited, DM Capital Limited, and Oxygen Advisory Limited. Well, so if you're dealing with any of these companies, you are one. Well, I'm not saying it. It's from Securities and Exchange Commission. But maybe we need more details on why we shouldn't do business with them. Child Rights International campaigns for return of kidnapped tardy girls. Reducing cocoa prices will collapse industry, Cocoa Board replies IMF. Well, you know better. I have here seated the gentleman, the director of Diaspora Relations. Did I get that right? Akwesi Abebiu. Good morning. I like your African wear. So elegant and nice.
To be like you, know?
Well, how are you doing? How was the weekend?
Yeah, the weekend was good. Yeah, even though we were working as late as last night.
Yeah.
Because the part of our volunteers came from the UK. We had to meet them at the Marriott Hotel where we'll be having our
lunch.
Yeah, our lunch. So.
Well, I know in your office, together with some other helps or groups, have been doing massive work trying to put together this Ghana Diaspora Celebration Homecoming Summit 2019. Yeah. It's been like a sleepless night, up and about all the time. Just walk us a little bit through what is Ghana Diaspora Celebration and Homecoming Summit?
Well, the Diaspora Homecoming Summit is something that was began when MPP first came into power in 2001. And it was then organized by the then coordinator, person who was in charge of it, Samuel Boatin, Honorable Samuel Boatin. And then subsequently, we had to get a lull in a long period before MPP came back in 2016. And then in 2017, we again had a second one in Ghana. But this time around, we are not going to leave it in between for so long. So we decided that we would do it binary, and to be a binary event, and therefore this year is going to be the second one in the period of the regime of this second MPP government.
Well, it looks as if you guys plans are fast advanced. You've put things together over the time. You've been planning, holding stakeholders meetings, and where have you come to with this celebration, especially with regards to this year?
I think, yes, this there's a lot that is going to be. There's a lot that we are going to be telling people at the launch. So I would rather we keep it all wrapped up and then unveil it when the launch happens tomorrow. Okay. But I would also be able to tell you that yes, there are various organizations pulling together, various individuals volunteering, and everyone trying to see that we can have to make sure that we do have a successful event, which is what we are working towards.
So where is the launch going to be, when, what time, who is invited and who is expected, who is not supposed to come?
Because it's a press launch, it's essentially the press that is invited. But there are going to be people from all over who would also want to, the bloggers and the other people involved in the press one way or the other are all going to be there. And I wouldn't say, no, there's no one who is
not invited.
Yes, no, we wouldn't say that. But yeah, we're encouraging as many people as possible to come in and play a part of, somebody who can relay the information to others to know that there's going to be this event. It's happening at the Marriott Hotel in Accra, the airport city. So,
well, it looks like it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yes, and it's starting from about 8 a.m.
Yes, 8 a.m.
like
in the
midday.
morning. But we're making room for this Ghanaian start time. But other than that, we should be up and running by 9 in the morning.
Well, we will all be there at the media launch at the Marriott Hotel tomorrow. But again, someone will ask, what is the general idea for this homecoming and all that, trying to pitch Ghanaians here to Ghanaians living abroad? Both. Someone will ask. I mean,
we are not pitching Ghanaians against Ghanaians. We are complementing Ghanaians with Ghanaians.
Okay.
Essentially, what's happening is that there's this bunch of people who are living outside of Ghana, people with interest in Ghana, not just those recent economic migrants who have gone out to live out there. But even when you extend it as far back as the people who have got historical links to Ghana, there's that diaspora community, that big community out there who are capable of coming to help in the rebuilding of our country. Now, what's better than having an occasion once or twice in a year, or perhaps once every 2 years, to get these people together in one place to say, okay, what is it that we can do to put Ghana, to make sure that the agenda is pushed to make Ghana a developed country, or to help in the development of the country. That is essentially what this whole, homecoming
summit
is all about.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity to bring the Ghanaians together to dialogue, not just among themselves, but with government officials, with organizations, with
private
various
people
who have all come together, networking among themselves to see how opportunities can be created. Remember, in the last homecoming exercise, out of which was born this tech summit that
was going on,
that went on some time back in Ghana here. So that is the.
I remember it was one of those summits that brought the Uber,
exactly. So all these people, and even the tech drive, the Diaspora drive, and we have even links with Guba, the entire organization. All these private organizations are doing things on their own, and we are basically encouraging them to do it. So when it all adds up, eventually we then have this
the large community of people. But it looks as if, or it will come as if lately, or quite recently, Ghana diaspora relations has become like something that is a big of a deal compared to previously when it wasn't really loud or very known. What has been the change? What is the drive?
I think there are a lot of things that are conspiring in the favor of the diaspora movement. Essentially, one key one is the recognition of the diaspora movement even at the United Nations level.
Okay.
With the Sustainable Development Goals, actually highlighting some aspect of the diaspora, the need to see the diaspora as a resource, as an asset for every country. So even at that level, there's that highlighted need for the diaspora to be harnessed. And then at the AU level, again at the African Union level, we also have that same sort of awareness with the Agenda 2030, also mentioning the diaspora as an asset and defining even diaspora as the fifth region in Africa. So there's that awareness in general which is going on. But quite apart from everything, there's also back here at home the recognition that the party in power right now, has for the diaspora. They saw the need and actually made it part of their manifesto that when they come into power, this is how they were going to deal with the diaspora community.
To make them feel part of the day-to-day running of the economy.
Exactly. So it is one of those things that is hardly mentioned. When they say that this party has done this party has done this, tick, all those ticks. I don't hear anybody mention that
the tightening the Ghana diaspora relations.
Exactly. That has been strengthened and that is up and running and it is mobilizing on all fronts and encouraging all organizations to play a part. Last year, for instance, we had the opportunity of bringing in some 20 medical doctors from the US and Germany together, and they came into the city. They were all over the place at Range Hospital doing all sorts of marvelous things for people who needed their help.
But we hardly hear about stuff like that. Is it because you do them in the quiet, or is it because the numbers are not that big? Because to me, it's interesting that we have volunteers who will come in the love and the name of Ghana to come and help people who in the hospitals or to beef up our medical staff and then go back after 3 weeks and 2 weeks and nobody hears about at least a recommendation.
I think we are beginning to get somewhere. This is how I find myself here. We've been knocking on doors to get people the opportunity for people to give us the opportunity to tell our stories. So I'm very grateful for you giving us this opportunity. The Diaspora Affairs Office of the President is very grateful for this opportunity. So things are happening. And we are looking for every opportunity to let people know so that others can follow suit. And the more these opportunities are given, the more we tell our stories and the more people get to know. And therefore, they need to have that, one-off thing in the 2-year period to let everybody come together, for the homecoming exercise. At least then we get the media to concentrate for a while on the diaspora, to enable us to, tell a story.
One would ask, what has the average Ghanaian got to gain about all these talks of or connections with the diaspora, the people in the diaspora? To the people living in the diaspora, what is the connection? What have they got to gain? What's their gains? To the average Ghanaian on the streets, what has he got to gain about bringing people who we thought were gone out of slavery and coming back to their country? What is going to be our gains?
Like I said, we are not just talking about those who have gone out of, were sold into slavery. Yeah. Essentially, you could define the broad diaspora community. It's possible to divide them into 3. Those, like me, who left Ghana here and lived out there for nearly 30 years. I would say.
Who left Ghana as a baby.
Yeah, exactly. And then had to stay there and do all sorts of things, professionally gain so many experience and be in a position to come back and contribute.
Support.
And then there's that second generation of the kids that we are raising up in the diaspora. And then of course there's that unique African
representation
that was sold into slavery. We put all this together, and together they are capable of injecting a lot of capital back into our economy. We already know, it's been on record, Bank of Ghana has been giving out the statistics. Last year, it was 3.8 billion.
Wow.
If you add up all that things that perhaps are not even declared through
the unofficial ones.
The unofficial ones. Exactly. So you can imagine the kind of amount of money that is actually coming in through the diaspora community. That's a lot. And that's something that you have to nurture. That's something that you cultivate in order to harness it. And this is all that the office is all about. Now, for the average person in the diaspora, what is in it for them? The essential thing is that people are there looking to see how they can help, looking to see how they can play a part in governance, in everything. And what better opportunity than to have the opportunity to dialogue with government to see how this cannot be done. After all, ROPA has not been implemented yet. So they're looking for ways to see how best we can also, do something. There's also this thing that
the dual citizenship
that you mentioned that has not that we think is not in our favor, that we think ties one hand behind us.
I know your office is working tirelessly on this.
Yeah,
you're not sleeping.
Something already to the Attorney General's department, because the ministry, because there is a committee that is working on it, and we've already made our presentation. We are looking to see how that can open up the room for participation.
That's interesting. Well, we'll be wrapping up here for you to, I know you're a very busy person, but then what goes on after the launch today? What is next?
Well,
what is the layout?
After the launch is basically going to talk about the main events coming up in July, between the 3rd of July to the 6th of July, ending up with a big ball of, when we all sit down with the president and do a little bit of, partying here and there, that sort of thing. But in between that, we will be working to make sure that the summit becomes a success, to make sure that all the people in the diaspora will be well informed. There will be some road shows in the diaspora as well. So all these would have to be organized properly and make sure that people are aware that something is happening. The diaspora community will be coming into town. And bearing in mind that it is all happening under the bigger umbrella of the Year of Return.
Okay.
The Year of Return, incidentally, for which I'm the chairperson in the country, is basically made up of series of events beginning from January. Some of these events have already taken place and some are yet to come. But the key events are, seriously happening around from July to September, when we have Pan Affairs, when we have emancipation, when we have all the...
when we have the Diaspora Summit and all that.
Diaspora Summit. So these events are up and coming. And this being part of it, we are looking to see how massively we can capitalize on the community that will be coming home to participate in this.
Well, we're most grateful for having you this morning,
Thank you.
Mr. Akwesi Abebio. Thank you very much for the time. We hope to be part of this event and to also be one of the best media people to make sure we broadcast at least the good work you're doing.
Look forward to your participation. Yeah.
Talking to Akwesi Abebio, he is the Director for the Diaspora Relations in the Office of the Presidency at Jubilee House. But quickly, the YouTubers, yes, I know you're already active, and we have here Felix, upon watching you live. Felix, live from where? Okay, add your name and where you're watching us from. And then we have Marvin Aveno. May I have your WhatsApp number for the exclusive? Okay, you can WhatsApp us on this same number. And then we have Eric Mafo. Good morning, Abedi. Watching you live from Qatar. Good morning, Eric. And then Amadou Osman, watching you live from Dubai. Good work in the 2TV. Keep it up. Osei Kufuor, watching you live in the USA. That was Mr. Akwesi Abebio. He is the Director of Diaspora Relations under the Office of the Presidency at Jubilee House. And they're having the Ghana Diaspora Celebration Summit and Ghana Diaspora Celebration and Homecoming Summit 2019. The media launch is actually tomorrow at the Marriott Hotel. My name is Abedi. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, Zempare is here, fireworks. So we'll be right back after the break.
Fitness. We know the fitness journey is difficult, but we are here to offer our support.
Yeshua national agenda so free you ada copying efiada no panon kron copying se non do bebo medin edeyaw amufa boache yentena ase yenhwe se de ensem no esi etie so men tie ni yi a eye nyina ye dia na 2 TV eno man FM ne de ebre wo
Yeah, welcome back to the dialogue. My name is Abedianim and this is Net2 TV. Suffer my producer. Sometimes it can be a pain, but it's all good. I have Joyce Zempare already seated. Joyce, Konokie. Inge Samina, it's kiss up or relax. Joyce, how was your weekend?
It was good, but a little tiring.
Wow, how tiring. Weekend is supposed to be relaxing.
No, there were a lot of activities. So, got you running up and down. I had to drive in and out of Accra twice in a day.
I actually had a report on your style of driving, but it's not for TV.
In fact,
it's okay.
I'm going to call Awuah for the law court. He needs to come clean with that, because you go out and people are like, we've heard this thing, but why?
Well, I've heard a lot about your style of driving, and you're not the only one. I used to have a friend who also drives like that. She's actually a lady, so...
I'm also a lady.
Yes, it's amazing when you see ladies driving like...
Like what? Is there any format of driving? Is there any... I don't know.
Okay, let's keep it here, Joyce. Like I said, it's not a TV discussion thing, so it's better. It's in your interest to let's not talk about it. So last week, we had a pressure. Anyway, Joyce, over the weekend, it's MBBC here. There's been a little bit of attack and kidnapped and da. We also look at EC overhauling their system. It's mainly the IT and the communications department, and then other happenings in and around town. NPP has lost Tedam.
Let me say good morning to your cherished viewers, yourself and your crew. How can I leave out without saying shout out to the president, the first gentleman of the land, the second, their family, and the entire working government machinery. We pray that the good Lord will still continue to give them the knowledge, that be the wisdom from above, for them to drive this country to its destiny fulfillment. Let me use this medium to wish, I say to wish, mourn with
the families of Tedam.
In fact, the UP-led NPP party has lost a great icon. A big tree has fallen in our yard, and it's no other person than my own CK Tedam. This was a man of a difference. If you have to describe him, at his age, the voice that he had, I'm just lost of words in describing this noble man of this land.
Did you ever get to meet him or have any kind of interaction?
Oh, you know, my husband will call him an
grand uncle kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
I know.
Because they all hail from Paga.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Oh, your husband is from Paga.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So that should tell you the connection between myself.
That's why you keep going to the north. Anyway, but it's fine. I don't have a problem.
I go everywhere.
For a second, I thought it was a campaign thing, but after the campaign, you still go to the north quite often, and that's good. So go ahead.
Look, don't try to play mischief on me today. Today I've come in a very calm mood. Let me come in that way. So, we'll be going home. I know the government is going to give him a state burial.
They should.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He has served this country as a member of parliament way back in the 50s, 40s, or is it 50s? I stand to be corrected.
Yeah.
He's done so much. And with NPP, we need to eulogize him. We need to write all that in. You see, what people always say is that, it's only when people die that the good things are said about him. But with this man, he's an exception. He's an exceptional person, very exceptional person, that I don't know. He was so firm, so disciplined, so tolerant. You use all the acronyms you have to describe him, the best of it.
Yeah, President actually, and let me quote this, described the late CK Tedam as a legend,
of course,
who his loss left a big void, not only in the New Patriotic Party, but Ghana, in the president's own life and Ghana as a whole. So in the president's own life.
Oh yes, the president had known him through infancy. When you meet him and he's telling you about
his experience,
his engagement with him, his contacts with him. And it goes down. In fact, it travels way back to the UGCC time and those things, when they were meeting, when they met after the emergence of the Northern People's Party, the Togoland, the Trans-Togoland party, and all those things. You could see that this is one man who has been up there. He was, in fact, they were the people who came with the Northern People's Party to be part of the UP.
It was through him.
Yeah, they were the brain behind the Dombos, the Tedans, yeah. So they are the ones, if we need to write the story, the history of this party, you can't leave history.
You can't write without them. No, my point is, sometimes I wish people like that have books that some of us can
I have
read.
those friends, Marcus, in fact, anytime I say he's my little brother, he fights me. That's what come with me, I'm older than you. Marcus of the State Protocol, I say good morning. He said, oh, when he heard the news on Friday, he called and he had broken down. He said just about a month ago, he met him and the man had said, look, Marcus, come and let me tell you a lot. I have a lot to live with you. And he never went.
Such a golden opportunity.
I told him, you missed it, Marcus.
Such a golden
You missed it. How could you?
When I heard his death, it was the first thing
He said the man had said this thing to him about a year ago. Anytime he meets him, ask him, are you not coming? So when he met him for a month or so, I said, but the man was so serious about it, and I said, nothing moved you.
Because you see, you could have recorded this voice.
I told him that, look, all you needed was a recorder. What's a recorder?
Okay, well, it's gone. Let's leave it there. I mean, our condolences to the family.
We shouldn't let it end here. We have a whole lot of them. We have Antiama Bizia.
Yeah.
We have Wofentria J. We have the Obai FF. And we have a lot of them still there. Let's get close to them that we should tap.
Yeah.
They have a lot to give to us, especially the youth of today.
Yeah,
the new generation.
We do need to learn.
And generations unborn, for them to know a lot about this UP tradition. Well, we need to. That they can extend it to Ghana as a whole.
Yeah.
And let us know how far we've come.
Just, we have a lot to talk about. Let's just move on. Our condolences to the families of the late C.K. Tedan and all institutions, fraternities, groups, connectors, loved ones. I mean, we've all called it. I mean, I would love to have his story so some of us can learn from. Unfortunately, I never got to meet him, or I'm sure thousands of people never got to meet him. But there's a lot of topics we have to treat here. We haven't won Galamsey War, but we are getting there. And also, NDC NPP vigilante talks today. What is happening, Joyce? You are a politician. What is happening? Galamsey back and forth, tips leaking here and there, vigilante talks here and there. Now it's almost in Parliament, ready for like a bill, and we are waiting for that.
Well, I want to talk about vigilantism, where it started from and how far.
Have you ever experienced vigilante in a political life? Being for or being used on?
Of course. Of course. You know, they are in and out way of war within political parties, let me put it like that. Within our own political parties, I don't want to name it as vigilantism. I want to put it as internal
security.
No. Internal fight, internal misunderstanding. You understand? There are a whole lot of things.
But then when it becomes external, and now they have the hawks, they have the
when you go into the dictionary,
they have the what?
Vigilantism itself is not a demonized grouping. Vigilantism is a group of young activists within a community.
The word vigilante.
Yes, who comes together to fight crime and other things within their community.
Yeah.
It is when you extend it to harm other people, like what
you now committing the crime.
Committing the crime.
That becomes evil.
That becomes evil.
Well, so you also support the fact that the NDC and NPP have to sit down to streamline.
Oh, of course.
Or either decide to take it out.
Of course. You see, this has been a canker that has eaten both political parties, if we can be truthful to ourselves. We group these people, we bring them together. together. They assist us positively and negatively. Positively, you use them for a purpose. After that, there are demands. And when the demands are not met, they tend to eat you up.
What are some of the positive sides of vigilantes?
You see, I have always said that our electoral system needs an overhauling. Until we get there, all these things will keep popping up. From registration to voter display, register display, and then the D-Day operations. When people lose trust in the security service, in the electoral commission, that is when you tend to secure everything that you think by your own self. Yeah. And like Aferijan once said, elections are won at the polling station. So I need to do everything to protect their pre and post. Yeah. The pre are the processes you go through. That's the registration, the opening of registration, the display of register, and all those things, transfers. How do you get them properly done? After that, the D-Day, who is going to vote? Who are the people? We've had incidents where election days, people, they are overvoting, there are a whole lot of people take away ballot boxes. Now, gradually, the emergence or the actions of carrying away ballot boxes are dying down. But people are using other means to rig elections. Recently, we heard of what happened at GIJ.
Yeah.
Such an institution. How could you have ever thought that such an occurrence, they will have such an occurrence within their institution? But here we are. We've had incidents, complaints from other tertiary institutions, Legon and Co., where the people have complained about vote rigging and all those things. Yeah. So that tells you.
But when it's starting from the institutions like
that is why we need to be worried.
Colleges,
that is why we need to be worried as a country, because they're going to grow with it. They're going to come along with it. When they become so experienced with it, when they become so acquainted with the nitty-gritties of rigging an election, that is when they bring it forward to the larger surface or the larger elections in the country.
But Joyce, sitting and talking, trying to streamline vigilantes and what they should do and what they should do, whether we should take them out, I think the whole thing will boil down to giving it a different name. Because we've built our system such that it will be hard to do without these groups.
I disagree with you. Look, if the police service, the security agencies will be up to tax. If YEC will give us a system that I will not need to be at the polling station during registration. Thank God the national ID card is going to solve some of those things, but we'll wait to see how far it's going to take us. Because when you have a card, when you have a synchronized system, that you have the name, everything, but that's what they do abroad. Yeah. At age 18, your name just pop up. You walk to the passport office and you have your passport. You don't even, at the post office, you don't even go to the passport office. You go to the post office, you buy your form, you go through the process, you are given days, you come and you, let me say good morning to Kofi of Accra Digital Center. Now you can walk into Accra Digital Center. That's what you call the premium passport processes. You pay your premium fee and within 1 hour, you have your passport. Yes, and if they are not
No, Joyce, slow.
Oh, yes.
That works in Ghana?
That works in Ghana. Accra Digital.
Slow down. I've seen that Accra Digital. I think
from here, let me give you the whole thing. Okay. When you go and there's no crowd, within an hour or two, you should have your passport. When you are, the processing is delaying, they can give you time and say, look, tomorrow we'll bring it. Do you want us to deliver it at your workplace? Where, if you give them the address,
and accurate, they will deliver.
They will deliver.
I think I'll test the system. But let me take a quick break. Joyce is bringing something that I've never heard, unless maybe Kenneth has done.
Let's take a quick break. You can call Kofi on the line and then he can give you more.
Kofi actually will sing the tune you're singing. So don't worry.
Okay, so go and have an experience.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. Let's take a quick break, and when we're back, talking to Joyce Zempare, communication member of the NPP, and addressing or we're discussing happenings in and around newspapers and in town. We'll be right back. My name is Abedianim, and this is The Dialogue.
Pulse Fitness. We know the fitness journey is difficult, but we are here to offer our support.
Dialogue, my name is Abedi Anime. This is X2 TV. Zempare is a member of the communications team and the NPP, and she's trying to do some projection. It's amazing how Kenneth also just came in to confirm what she was saying, sorry. But it means that we've been able to, or somehow are winning the Guru Boys action over the people. I don't know how we can put that, but Joyce here is telling me on this show, and I'm not trying to take Kenneth's confirmation, but it's okay, Joyce. You go to Accra Digital Center and get your passport done within a short time.
And when you go there, in fact, there are other services that are rendered.
Where is Accra Digital Center?
Circle. Just, in fact, they share just a few minutes walking distance from State Housing Corporation. From the VIP.
Oh, bus terminal.
Bus terminal. You see Accra Digital Center, just opposite the Widome Cemetery.
Yeah.
Or let me say, just opposite SNIT.
And next to it is like STC.
STC. Oh, STC is a bit far.
Oh, okay.
From Accra Digital, you go to State Housing before
STC. Oh.
But it is directly opposite SNIT.
Oh, yeah, the new SNIT building around that.
It's an old SNIT building.
Really?
Yes.
It looks new and nice.
Yeah, they've always kept it good.
Hey, just today they are giving compliments to people.
Oh, you need to. Where you need to. Why not?
I see.
But where they go?
But have you experienced it?
Oh, yes, a friend, not myself. Okay. I had mine from the airport.
And they have like tea and
when
stuff.
When you go, there are other services that are rendered to you. Just
because it's a premium service.
Premium service. Wow. It's like you get on a business class ticket where you go to the VIP lounge and you are given all the services that you need.
Hey, business class for okay.
Oh, me, I don't. I always go by economy, the best.
Anyway, that's a good tip. I mean, I have Kenneth confirming this, so I really would do my own side of it.
So from here, just move there.
Yes. I'm saying that because my passport is almost expired and I'm about to take my leave.
That would be the best place for you.
I will.
You see, it's not just about winning the Guru Boys, but making
the system work.
The system work. Making it so accessible and easily for you to, because we all make so much noise. We make the comparison when you go abroad. Why can't it work in this country? And let's say kudos to the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana through the able directions of His Excellency.
Yeah.
You see, they want to
digitization of
the whole system. We need to go IT. We need to go electronic.
Joyce, digitizing the entire economy, kudos. I love that idea. It's brilliant. But the fundamentals, the addressing system, the locations.
Local governments is working hand now. Is it the Ministry of Communications?
Yeah.
And then the District Assembly to continue with whatever was left out. Yes, the addressing system. And you know, Ghanaians, we always want to buy time. When you ask Ghanaians, when Ministry of Communication came out with this postal GPS,
the Ghana Post.
Ask yourself, until people started registering
the tax identification
numbers. And then I know one thing that's going to push a lot of people to get into the postal will be the national ID card. It is one very important requirement. One very important requirement.
Then I think that it should be a requirement. It is already a requirement.
It is. If you don't have a GPS address, you will not be registered.
Wow.
So get this across to the public. That's why I say we need to do a lot of education too. Yeah. You know, when they started the piloting, my area, the police station within my area had opportunity. And a lot of people were sent home for them to go and make sure that they have the GPS.
Yeah, well, but Joyce Zempare is here talking to us. She's a member of the NPP communications team, and today, more like she's been an advocate for all the good stuff. But truly, I would test this premium passport system myself to come here and confirm to you. Trust me, I'm putting passports. I expired that. Call us on 0240 550-899. 0240-550-899. Last week, Joyce was on my case, and this trip she's like hiding from. But it's okay, Joyce. I like all the good stuff you are talking about. It means people are working, and we don't get to hear some of these things. We've constantly been bashing government. We need this done. The roads, you can tell, the bridges here in Medina, and I always want to say this, the people are working like day in, day out. I see progress. I see them moving from one stage to another. As people, why is it that sometimes you're doing some of these things and you're quiet about it, and then when the government come under attack, then you come and bring all these details and stats to the people, especially your MPP communication team?
You see, when people hold on to information, it leaves room for speculations. So we're pleading with our ministers, our chief executives, and other things. They should keep us abreast with this. Kofi is my best friend, like the Accra Digital Center. We communicate every day, and he gave me this information, and I confirmed it from the director of passport. You understand? So this is it. When they make the information available to us, then we can also go out and deliver the message to the people that matters. But when we are not privy to it, what do you expect me to do? It is only when they get the passion that they start running to you. So it's a wake-up call to all of us. We go fishing for the information. They should also be relaxed to release them as quickly as possible.
Joyce, I'll come to you again, but let me announce our phone lines quickly. 0240-550-899. Ufre, I need you one watch, baby. I will free any with D. Na yedin komo na share. Nyoma be brain over the weekend, but we're trying as much as possible to touch on as many as we can. Many Joyce Zempare and yedin komo. Earlier on, I spoke to Akwesi. He is the director for Ghana Diaspora Relations and Office of the Presidency at Jubilee House. Now, Ochinano Nyami Aduma almost launching the Ghana Diaspora Celebration and Homecoming Summit 2019. I hope I got that right. Ghana Diaspora Celebration and Homecoming 2019 Marriott Hotel Ochina. It's no so di mu komo ye hwe aban ni suade ho a owo edema Ghana for ni ankrankra ni nyuma ku a ewa abrochi ye betumi ye so ye de wo aba ha no mo tuma atuma beboa ye enti eno ene ya ka ho asem ni Joyce and edin komo say Joyce try so be a good advocate this morning, but enem de ne ho ache no Ochina.
Does it always have to be there?
It doesn't have to be, but...
So give me kudos for that.
No, I wouldn't, Joyce. You've experienced it, I haven't. Let me go to the passport office, go through the system, and then I can come back and affirm that what you're saying. It feels like I'm not doubting what you're saying. Kenneth has come to confirm it. Maybe I'm overly impressed because that's how it's supposed to be. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think it went to me. Hello, good morning. Chief. Oh, okay. Chief. What be far? Where are you?
If the cat and all it to what in the Chile, Kaka said about I probably want to cut them over me. Tajala want to look at the word, look at the point, not to come market, now the Pakuba YouTuber, like a cat around me. Don't get the packet of bracket, or German, my papa, or so why I because for it of the cat ever, we hope to who can get push you, or I give you here, I don't gonna be get a watch. Tell what that must go. This time I could to the issues. But one can use the top I do the one more about you could get and I'm yelling.
Chief. Wawada, baby, a chief didn't the name. Ex-President Mama Kokanas, and then can asem but say how. But this is the only show where we give you the opportunity to speak your mind and also just being careful that you don't step on toes. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Mpacho dini baby awu frefi.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Mpacho dini any baby awu frefi.
Miss Frefi, gone.
Mpacho e first side.
FM ba.
Yes, Mpacho en koso.
Mpacho wo contribute to academa AAD.
Mpacho koso.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Mpacho, people me who say
most of the road there, you know. We are side and side, and like Andrea and a barbecue like Yakatabu. And the Kabima did a tanker. You don't say, who's there on my phone now? For the task force. And the most important government who's there. I got a good baby, 10 years, 5 years, you that. And the government to be there. I'll be came down for any blow. I'm going to my Gatan and then I do you. I'm going to say, I'll be deep, the only communicate, me among the papa. I did about that and can say, you to be that. Just simple way. And I got that, but that's an I am.
Yes, I say.
That is where you get your and as I'm away, you blow. No word for minutes every day. It is what to. And we have got cut and I get you are going to say, we are not inside in any day.
Yeah, but that's opening. A little bit on that, Joyce. I feel, say, and I'm a chairman. Sanko be able to take care of the front and in the back.
Abedi, I discussed this thing with some of our MMDCs.
Yeah.
They should go back and look into their airline. Some amendments to that.
There certainly need to be some amendments.
If you build your house, if you can put up such an edifice, the drains in front of you, because you need a gutter. The assembly should give you the certain requirements and then the measurements
that you should construct as part of your house.
Yes, as part of your house.
So everyone can connect
So from one end to another, if everybody is, government will maybe need to only come and
do the roads
and then do the roads for us. Yet we build big mansions, big edifices, and we expect government to come and do all this.
Someone will ask, but I pay my tax. Let me come to that.
No, but you see,
I have a caller on the line.
Pay your tax and ask yourself, your tax goes into other things.
Well, yes. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, Abedi.
Joe, what to say? Joe, you want to come to say? Joe. Okay, say Joe and to me international. Yeah, someone will argue that I pay my tax, and government is in to make sure that the taxes I pay goes everywhere.
You don't pay your tax, but you see, people will get to understand this when there are community engagements. So our MMDCs should adopt this attitude of continuous engagement with the people. When you engage them and make them to understand that we all need to contribute to the development of this country, irrespective of you paying taxes to government, your taxes goes into a lot of developmental agenda.
Yeah.
What is it that you're also bringing on board?
Well, I think I have a caller in the line. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think, I don't know.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay. Please,
please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Flash.
Your line sounds a bit rough. Can you position yourself well so we can? Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Pram.
Your name, sir?
Yeah, I'm Machambo.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, about sanitation and some ayeke. We share the way I construct your roads in Accra in particular. And then we have people who know you to adios. One day they get to go change and grab the dinner market when they move. That's the same way I hold my change to my yes. Our policy, some of the dinner to go to Oshibo, what to wedding, nice the Oko to Kuduma, or be story building. When people are here, you go on also, and you have poor, and I wouldn't so running but the people have a good that to road now. What is going on? Some sanitation law, and for citizens assembly, what was starting prosecuting control? They tell them, oh, such a man opportunity of the body in the Kuma. You have purpose that you have to hold the market round. Yeah, you come up with the Kulim. If you are drop on it, you know what you have to hotel, you know what you have to see as to prosecute go a jelly or for see now one way. People stop. Some of them obviously know it.
Yo. Yeah, but that's it. Or no prosecution, but say Dano pay me boss bar, and I'll say they have about 2-3 cases in the airport for literally putting
stuff.
Yeah,
we saw it in one of the dailies at Awuah, so you don't acquire fine. But me feel said that's not enough. Me feel this kind of community punishment. Obi tu nwe gu kwan ho wa hai. Uche na.
No, man, that's a Labor.
Obesasa from Reese Junction to
Zogo Junction.
There be Zogo Junction here.
Hey.
Yes.
And you Atomic Junction,
Legon.
Ah, 7.
Okay, Atomic. Now what she anopa area you me ohun se obi ba na liter ba ko da ho a ohun se obeko jail. Na wa wo siesie ho abranti ababa wa dwadini osofo police ni na wo liter ne ye ma wo community service na wo ye na ni penyi na atwam one e betwa picture should have all the backing them so we to twa picture near found to social media. I think say Singapore ene gum crack intesio kwa unti mintin to fem. You can't drop a gun.
But Joyce, me no want to chrome her any na complaining about trotro drivers. And I did motor court by ya. And also be a campaign promise.
My hey, oh banner drew her.
I heard their fire baptism. I have my way. Mama Peki call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I'm Patrick Dini baby. I'm free.
From my Zempare.
Hello, good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. From my Zempare.
Mike, you call
Tapari.
Yes, Mike. You're talking.
Some from Panameka. Ojo, I saw Mekanewa. Often is serious. Here they are. Offer them. Two MPP for one communicators one serious on the road. Reason why I met the main there, you are my Moluku. In our kidnapping, I shall kidnapping, no kidnapping. This is any different Ginado or the mass semi. So, on what I want message that was spread across the country. I tell you, before you meanwhile, the Massimian, no one can send this the phone, one Casangasa, or fan, and one for some of you. Why a meeting, Madame, and Madame, take you leak out. At your home or
yo,
maybe fly with me and Tassie.
Yo, yeah, but that's it. I'm saying, Pennyfuati, near Wokanity, one bay and will be. Also near how, no. I mean, it's called for concern, but young can you didn't go to court by Joyce and check the following election year. No, it was one of the topics.
You see, we all need to.
We are calling for change, but
you can't eat your cake and still have it. Yenina to Hoyebeka and Nessan Kachi Kayem and Kofa Eshedra, Ewo Pound me Kaise and Maria confirming Medina MC. That day, in fact, that weekend or the following week, na president more program more pediase. Na me fi baby I me back to Accra. When I go to the atomic overhead, and Crawford as she said
up to now that's
immediately I picked my call and said, look, don't tolerate this.
Up to
now. Because if you allowed it before you realize it will turn into a marketplace, a China will go to Oma and what they'll be calling on government and say, ya to Abama.
Up to now.
I'm a summer Udu Pokwase, Bridge Nasi, same, I am market spot. Why?
Mami picking my last call, and I'm in why? And it's a big why. Why? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, baby.
Joe, what's up?
Masaba bi really am me to me free kumasa no pa mu bi ti ase.
So
mu yi kakra.
Any problem. Yan ko so when you was 7.
Chia, Namachia, Madame Anne, Jumana Machia, and Penfo, no more, Jumina, Fufu, Safo, Yanchu, Diam, Diama, Benson, Mantana, Kufa, Navidia, Mama Quankanya, Mecha, Yuma Power, Moya, and according to Mutu, could be Humano. Asha Papa, Asha with this one, and no one from America. Now, here, no man, and no Kufado, no more dear Bukremua. That's all your back woman, that's all the gun, and that's also known as Kufado, who need that you know, and a money which no one nearly does so. Because one more band of medical bad baby, who don't hear. So, the Papa, when you film, you know, no more dear Bukom to 3 hours, yeah. A treasure, one of that's him.
Yo, Ampa, maybe I'm Ampa. Be a tone. Yeah, that's to say, went to me afraid, even though it looks as if
oh, na ye ka ho. Enkrofo be ya hye han. Wo mu de asi ho. Ghana, ekro bi wo ho a.
Joyce, we are sure say you hye han and I jiji ska wo mun sem.
Na say
let's call a spade a spade.
Na say nya hye han. Sa boa pa yo, ene ne hye han no. Na ni tia say ade ni pay enye. Nanso assembly member obi owo assembly ho no atwa no ho akọgiska no ogiska no wamde akosi wo MC ko kan yes hey ekina obo assembly members stand up against MC any ye be impeach you those kind let's call a block their bluff and MC is be so ho ameka obo ho so ba ye no then you allow the system to corrupt you when you also give way to that now you also find yourself within a
na wo to baby no be ba no say ye ne adwadifo a yeti bridge na say ye envelope I dey be chia.
I mean that is where you need to turn them away. And then we be check them my adwuma bi ama. What baby omo kon when you do that you legalize an illegality. Why should you do that? Baby omo won and it won ba the envelope catch us me pa mo chomo fan kon na baby amotemi betumu. And yet omo put us on. I told the beer your chairman yes sir. Last week let me tell me honorable for what you are saying. Send a all can. Yes, MC no ko program. I saw only MP a dream.
Yeah.
Someone you know say any community stakeholder. You see, when you do a lot of stakeholder engagement, you allow them to do the contribution.
Yeah.
You allow them to bring the solution.
To feel part of what is going on.
Even though you have the idea, but let them see that they are the one proposing the solutions.
Okay.
And when you stand up to that, they'll have nothing to say.
Let me get on
but
YouTube.
When you let it look like you have to do it,
and you have
even though it is right, you have the big version.
Well, Sani Mahama. Okay, so Sani Mahama, I'm watching you live from UK, Birmingham. Keep on your good works, NDC. The National NDC it's National Democratic Party, and Destroyers Party. It's a curse to Ghanaians, praying for Allah to keep them in opposition forever. Hey, Charlie. This prayer is hard. We will try to wrap up here and make way for Amofa. I think Amofa is ready with his panelists at the radio studio today. And I've been talking to Joyce Zempare, communications member for the NPP. We've touched on happenings in the newspapers, happenings in the weekend, and wrapped up with the all new mindset changing way Ghanaians are going, the way we want Ghana to be, keeping Accra and Ghana clean, and what we have to do as people. Also, I spoke earlier on to Akwesi, the director of the Diaspora Affairs or Diaspora Relations in the Jubilee House, and they are launching the homecoming and Diaspora Celebration Summit tomorrow at the Marriott Hotel. My name is Abedi Anim, and this is Netu TV. Thanks all for watching, especially those who made the time to call and also to send comments on YouTube. God willing, tonight we'll repeat this show at 9 to 10 p.m. But it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's all over on the World Wide Web. So you can watch it as many times as you can if your data will permit you. Joyce, let us see. And then the video bunny actually. You are forgiven. Now you oh yeah.